right, Stovetop podcast, and we're back for another one. If you want to introduce yourself, homie, and we'll jump into this for everybody.
Hello, I'm Billy Gritt with two T's. I'm from Fort McMurray, Alberta. I am currently residing in Edmonton, Alberta, and that's where I'm based out of.
Well, that's what it
I'm
is.
happy to be on Stovetop.
Hey, man, and I appreciate you being a guest, and like um I'm happy to have anybody. You know what I mean? I enjoy being able to meet new artists and try to even gain them one more view, one more follow. I feel like I did my job. Um, so you kind of already shared where you're based out of, all that jazz. I'm just gonna hop into it. What's the music scene for you like in Edmonton?
In Edmonton, I'm still kind of cracking into it. I mean, I've when did I start doing hip hop shows? Uh, it's been a year and a bit now that I actually started performing hip hop in Edmonton. So I'm still kind of breaking through into the field of meeting new promoters,
Sorry.
it's okay, meeting new promoters and networking in the industry and whatnot like that. But prior to that, I was in, I did garage rock and then I dabbled in country, but I didn't really like the fact that I didn't like it, but too much. Anyway, but for hip hop, I'm still just cracking into it.
So, um, like, how long have you been doing music for in general?
18 years.
Really?
Yeah.
So you've been doing this a goddamn minute then.
Yeah, since I was 14 when I picked up guitar, and then simultaneously my neighbors on the backside of my fence or whatever through the alley, the Taylors, their older brother was doing hip hop while I was doing garage rock, and I kind of simultaneously started doing both really, and yeah, rest is history, I guess, in that sense.
So
But,
I have no idea what garage rock is. If you want to break it down for both myself and viewers who may not know.
well, I was literally playing in my parents' garage, so in that sense. It's almost sort of like underground hip hop would be garage rock, I guess, in comparison. You know,
Okay,
it's kind of unfiltered and raw and yada yada yada.
and that makes sense. Yeah, because like I've never heard that terminology before. And like the stove with the stovetop, I'm slowly trying to expand outside of hip hop and rap. I want to sit down with people of all genres. I don't care if they're doing jazz, country, playing guitar. I want to expand to everybody.
Yeah,
Um, and that's why I kind of asked because I've never heard the terminology before. Um,
yeah. No, it's just an underground, unfiltered, raw sound, basically. I mean, for like in comparison to well-known garage rock bands, I guess you would say Cage the Elephant or Jet. You know, that song "Are You Gonna Be My Girl" with that funky bass line. Um, but yeah, I plan on down the road taking all the skills that I've obtained throughout my years of making music. I plan on making like not it's been done before, like with Rage Against the Machine, doing rock rap, Limp Bizkit, da 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 da. Um, that being said, I want to do that. Like Snap the Ripper's kind of doing that as well, I guess, in a sense. And I really look up to that guy.
that's the thing with hip hop in general in the past, I don't know what, probably 10 years, give or take. Um, Things have really started to become more open. It's not just gangs, guns, money, stupid shit. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah,
I do that kind of rap sometimes too, but it's just for fun. Um,
yeah,
but it's nice to see that we're expanding outside of the streets. We have people like Snack the Ripper, or like, I mean, Upchurch. I know is, or not Upchurch, but he's been around for a minute too. I can't think of who the fuck I'm thinking about. Bubba Sparks, homie's been around for a minute now, but it never really catched with the whole country vibe.
Yeah.
So
I don't know why. Bogus Sparks is pretty good, but anyway, sorry.
no, it's all good. Like, it's nice to see that we're expanding outside of pants down to our ass, and uh
Well, gotta still sag, you know. I'm not fucking. I come from a like my grandparents were pioneers, right? Whatever. Um, but I'm kind of a black sheep in that sense of my family. I not compare in comparison to like white country, like hee haw, you know, like I like the hip hop and I like to fucking rap and shit like that. My dad doesn't. I shouldn't say he's not supportive, but he doesn't jive with hip hop. Just their generation, I guess, in that sense. I mean, I'm sure a lot of white rappers could relate to that in a sense. I mean, I would imagine that their fathers may or may not agree with it. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot like mine in a sense, right? But that's just being real. Now, like the country hip hop thing, I don't know. It's good if it's done right, you know, like Yellow
yeah.
Wolf, or even old Jelly Roll. You know, I like that. I'm not too big. Not a, I mean, people are gonna crucify me, but I'm not a huge fan of new Jelly Roll. Um, but yeah,
you know so I was doing some digging when we confirmed the interview. I don't like, it's hard for me to do homework on every artist that I talk to without having confirmation of the episode, because I'd be doing research on 50 plus artists all day every day. But as I was going through your page, did you do a feature with Mercules?
I did. Yeah, yeah,
That, like, dude, that's, and it's set for, like, man, it came out this year.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. I dropped the ball in the promotion. I'm not good at promoting her. I'm good at it, but I'm not. I don't know. There's backstory there that I don't really want to touch on because I don't know. I was going through some shit at the time and fucking anyway.
You know,
I dropped the ball on the release and this, that, and the other thing, and I may have been a little bit too up front or uppity with pushing to get it in my hands so I could get it mixed and mastered and this and that and the other thing. But anyway, long story short, I fucked up an opportunity there, but not the end of the world.
and I want to just emphasize and make very clear, especially here at the Stovetop, man. Anything that you're not comfortable with speaking on, if there is a question that came up where it makes you uncomfortable that you don't want to make an answer to, um, straight up say something.
Yes,
We're not gonna put that out there. You know what I mean? I want to respect everybody's
yeah.
privacy, and I want everybody to have comfort when they sit down.
Oh,
Um,
I'm good. I'm good. I mean, I'll touch on anything to a point, but there's just things that I just out of respect for other artists, I will not or cannot say or whatever, right? In that sense, because it's just kind of how it goes as etiquette or whatever, whatever you want to call it. But
um,
girlfriend's texting me about
you gotta love that, eh? I get phone calls all the fucking time while I'm doing this shit. So where did your stage name come from, bro?
Billy Gritt. Um, well, initially I was Billy Knockout or Billy KO on iTunes. For some reason, on iTunes is still Billy Knockout. That's where most of my professionally done studio um, music is at to date. But Billy Gritt, I got from, I don't know, I kept Billy part because my middle name's William. So I just shortened it to Billy. And then the reason why I changed it from knockout to grit is because honestly, one time I was going home drunk from the bar, and this Lebanese cab driver. I love Lebanese people, great food, great culture, everything. And but they're very upfront. They're very honest and they're transparent, and But I was trying to show him my music in his radio in his cab, which I was probably fucking annoying the fuck out of him, but whatever. Anyway, um, he finally puts it on. And he goes, Billy Knockout. Oh, you sound like a fucking wrestler. That's not Lebanese accent, but he's like, but so that turned me off. I was like, I'm not a fucking wrestler. I'm not Tom McDonald. Like, what the fuck? Like, whatever. Anyway, um, so I changed to Billy Gritt for. I initially thought grit was like the grit under your fingernails.
Yeah.
Um, but it actually means perseverance, and I've been perseverance through doing this music thing my whole time. After failure after failure after failure, I just keep going. Like a lot of artists can relate to, I mean, like if you want something in this life, you can't give up. Can't fucking give up. I mean,
Speaking facts.
there's a lot of sacrifice that goes through a lot of it. Like a lot of sacrifice.
Well, and there's like a lot of people don't realize like these fucking guys that are blowing up now, like I'm not even gonna put names out there because I don't like any of these artists that I'm thinking about. But like,
Uh,
these big mainstream artists now, they've been in the game for X amount of years and they only pop off because of that one song. That one song pops off and then the rest is history.
So special.
Evildoer in my dad or am I just a lost boy in this world with a girl that I can't hold on to? A bird of pearl, wild horse, a fucking bronco, wolf course. No matter how many times I try to tame her, can't break her, make her see through the eyes of an unhinged man. Been too many years of this abusing myself, abusing others as well.
I've been persevering this whole time to try to get to a point that I would like to sustain. I'm trying to get to the point right now where I can actually live off of music, um, financially, yeah. And that's kind of hard to do if you don't know how to do it properly. So I'm still ironing that out, but yeah, that's where I got
Well,
my name from.
I'm not like I like the story. I definitely do. I like that it's not just me and my homie we're fucking recording and then he was just like this is your like you know what I mean because that's
Yeah.
literally what happened to me.
Oh, that's,
Um, I
that's not bad either, though.
no, it was just like I went and recorded my first song. Homie's like, "What's your stage name?" I'm like, "I don't fucking know." It's like, "Oh, it's Crazy B." I went to go and spell it with a C and a lowercase b. I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
capital B, capital K, capital B, and that's how it's been ever fucking since. Um,
Yeah. Well, why would you change it? Why would you have to, unless something irks you as much as it irked me, but you don't have to change it, like,
no,
right?
no, it suits the personality, it suits me, and I don't know, it's fucking that's I
Look at
could
Eminem. Like, look at the name Eminem. That's one of the lamest fucking rap names out there. But it's also the coolest fucking rap name out there because it's right. It's him. So
well and like yeah, his first fucking his initials are Eminem,
yeah. And
right? So it's
I'm not comparing your name to that anyway.
oh
I'm not saying
no,
it. I wasn't gonna mean that.
no, I like man, it takes a lot for me to be offended, and
I'm not
like
trying to
you
offend you.
no, like you said, homie, you're like you said about the cab driver, you're a straight up dude. You speak what you think. And that's what I respect. I like fucking people like that. You know what I mean? There ain't no
But I was
softies around here, yo.
sure, but I wasn't thinking about that. Like, Anyway, what's KB stand for? Again.
I don't know. It's just Crazy B. Well, for like fucking 10 years, it was Crazy B. And then we had no idea what the B stood for. So, and then it turned into Crazy Behavior,
Cool.
right? Just because I did a lot of stupid shit, etc.
We all have fuck.
Um, this is my favorite question out of everything I ask, and every artist gives me a completely different and original answer. So I really want to know.
Right.
Especially with your musical background, this is going to be very interesting. If you could work with any artist of any genre, dead or alive, who would it be?
Dead or alive. Holy crap. Can I name two?
Yeah, anybody that you want to work with
Alive?
or dead.
Right now, alive, I would fucking love to work with Snap the Ripper. And so yes, as you were asking and as I was saying, I'd like to work with Snack the Ripper. That would be huge for me. That'd be huge off my bucket list. And dead, a dead person that I would wish that I would have been able to work with would be Johnny Cash. I mean, there's a lot of others. I'm just shooting off the hip with the Johnny Cash thing, but I think that'd be a pretty cool thing to put in a song. And I kind of always thought that, like sampling some Johnny Cash and putting it into a hip hop song, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So like just with the like if you were ever to do that, just make sure that you're able to do it the legal way. You don't want to get hit with no copyright bullshit. I don't know how it works with how people add samples and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But it's just something to look into. You don't want to get hit with a copyright. Um,
you're 100% right about that. I didn't think about that. But one way around that, if you can't get the sampling done, I think like don't quote me on it. I might be wrong, but I think you can like say if you're able to sing the hook or the chorus or whatever part that you want sampled, if you're able to do it relatively close, you could do it in a different. I don't even think you'd have to do it in a different key if you're actually singing it yourself, but you could just to be safe, you could switch it to a different key and then top it off on a tempo or beats per minute or whatever, and you could even change the words on top of that slightly, so then there'd be no copyright infringements. But
well, even with
I
that,
don't know.
like I know that Mercules is famous for doing his remixes. Um, but he's not like those are recreated from another producer, right? So he's not like going on YouTube like one of us
Yeah,
would and going and like fucking taking Ring of Fire instrumental and like rapping over it kind of thing. But again, like there's cover bands that do ACDC and stuff too. So like I said, I'm not sure how it works, but just looking out from one artist to another, nobody
yeah.
wants a copyright infringement.
Oh fuck, definitely not.
Um,
I'm surprised I never got caught with one because when was it last last fall, I think it was. I was approached to perform at the River Cree Casino in Edmonton, and I think I lowballed myself a little bit on that because he jumped pretty quickly on it and hired me for the price that I was paid. But he asked me to cover Houdini by Eminem.
oh, okay.
So I did, and I did it proper. I went to Soundproof Studios with Chubbs in Edmonton, recorded it all properly, the live track and the just the listening track, I guess. But it was on a worldwide broadcast because it was the flyweight WCB World Championships of the world. I never got caught with any of that, but I don't know if I could register it with SOCAN and get paid for that performance. I don't know. I really don't
Yeah,
know.
I have no idea, and I'm not gonna feed you some bullshit information. I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
Um, you
and
know,
it's not common. Sorry, it's not common knowledge, but and maybe you already know, but it's not common knowledge to a lot of artists. But there's a pool of money that SOCAM pays out to each artist. Um, and maybe I should watch my mouth and not, well, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Um, because everybody that's performing should be getting paid, right?
mm-hmm.
If you don't, but if you perform a show, you get performing rights. That's it. And that's you get like every show you do, you can get paid a good chunk of change, right? Depending on what it is. You got to register it with SOCAN, and you got to register each show with SOCAN, and they collect your royalty payments, and sometimes it's up to like 200, $500.
Jesus,
Mm-hmm.
fuck,
Not,
eh?
not not too many people know that.
No, there's like a whole like, and that's the thing. Like writing music is one fucking job, but then like the marketing and the business behind everything else, like if you want to get paid for your music and how to do features properly, going about it, making sure that you understand your rights of what you're allowed to do. Or even like people going on YouTube and paying for a lease from a YouTube producer, making sure you're reading through what you're allowed to fucking do because those guys will come after you for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, Going back to what you were saying about who you would like to collab with. When you were saying Snack the Ripper and Johnny Cash, I could literally hear in my head the three of you
Kind of
together.
cool, I think. It'd be kind of cool, I think, but uh,
Like I think,
all that costs money. It's like, so
oh, of course. Um, but that's why I ask, like it's a dream collab. If you had the opportunity where you were able to work with whoever the fuck you wanted to, you know what I mean? Fuck, you won the lottery or you hit the casino and you cash in big, you know what I mean? Right? Like you never know. Um,
that's true.
so with you being in music for 18 years or whatever you were, yeah, 18 years you were saying roughly.
Well, since 14, I'm 33 now, so whatever that is, about 18 years.
I'm not good at math. I'd have to pull out a calculator. We'll just he's been doing this a good minute.
Yeah.
Um, so I would assume that you've probably written good stack of songs. What's your favorite song that you've wrote?
Oh, my favorite song that I've wrote? Fuck, I don't know. Currently, um, well, I don't have oof, the one favorite song that I fucking wrote.
Is there even a song?
Currently, it'd be enough for any white boy. Enough for any white boy. That's what the song's called,
That's
and
fucking awesome.
it's because I was homeless this past summer. Believe it or not, I was homeless this past summer in Edmonton with my girlfriend. Um, and I wrote the lyrics to a beat that I pirated off of YouTube. Just being honest,
I
and
do it
if I,
too.
yeah, I mean, it's not the best luck, but if you don't got the money, you want to make music and da 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 da, then I try to shut them out when I remember for the most part, and I do a pretty good job of it. But anyway, enough for any white boy. Um, it's just but what fucking me and her were going through this past summer, and like just the fucking hell of being homeless, you know. Um, yeah. So anyway, it's just I don't like tiptoeing around. I don't like to bring race into it. It's not a race game or anything like that. And I just want to get this off the fucking table. That's I'm not like I said, I'm not Tom McDonald. I'm not promoting any of that shit that goes along with it. But even if he is, I don't know. I haven't even gotten into Tom McDonald really. But that being said, I don't like tiptoeing around who I am and what I am in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but but I gotta say that I like to support a lot of any culture, really, any culture music, but indigenous music is huge to me too because I'm my grandma's full-blooded Taltan from Northern BC, 682 band, and yeah, and I believe that's where a lot of uh, my musical abilities stem from. I mean, there's people on my dad's side who have music abilities too, but my rhythm is definitely from like my grandma and just the bloodline of just being very musical culture in that sense, right?
100%.
I'm kind of rambling though, so I don't know what your question was.
It's all good. I do it every episode too. Um, just on the note of the topic, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna add a snippet of your music, um, because that's just on point of where our topic is.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll take a quick break and then share your music.
Billy Gritt, what up?
What up, Merc?
Let me tell y'all a story real quick, man. Let's get into it.
Let's get it.
Get back it into the cable. Just leave it.
Sheesh.
Pick up the major. Let's go get a view from there.
Here we go.
Follow 11 with the big moon boots, buzzing to the heavens with the lunar crew. Worldwide broadcast on the television too, propelling through space, burning rocket fuel. Commander Neil and Pilot Buzz, Columbia Collins, television fuzz. July 16th for the 70s, sent out to make space history. Tranquility Base ahead of the astronauts that named it the moon landing, even for the fact.
All right, shared a snippet of homie's music there. Gave you guys an idea of what he's talking about and stuff like that. And then leading off of the question that I previously asked you about what your favorite song that you wrote was, what was your musical influences growing up?
My musical influences would be my cousin and my brother primarily, and then growing up and becoming musical myself in my teenage years. My friends, like I surrounded myself with all my friends were musical, both hip hop and rock. Those are my main influences. But if you're asking like for known artists, once again, I would have to like I started listening to Stomp Down Killers or Killers. I have to say when I was 16, I started following Snap the Ripper, and then I seen Mercules and all that. I mean, I love Evil Ebenezer. I love his music. I just haven't dived into it as much as I should have. I was shown Snap the Ripper and Mercules and all them. So, you know, I was also shown Slain. I love Slain. I almost had a feature with Slain.
He's dope.
That fell through. I have a feature with Diabolic. I like Diabolic. Mortal Technique is awesome. Who else? Hip hop wise, right?
Whoever, man, even like you said, like your dream collab with outside of hip hop was Johnny Cash, right?
That might be because of where I'm at right now. I mean, if I was in the city, like I mean, I'm in and out of the city currently right now. I'm at my dad's. I'm not in Edmonton right now. I'm outside of Edmonton, about an hour and a half north. I'm just being surrounded by countryside and stuff like that. It kind of you almost have to start listening to. I don't know. Maybe I don't, but
It's like
I
the
don't know.
vibe of your environment. You know what I mean?
I'm in the city. I'm definitely not. Well, I shouldn't say that I am listening to whatever I want to listen to, but you know, what are your influences?
For me, to be honest, I actually like, man, I asked this question to like, I've probably asked 20 plus artists this. I've never thought about it. I've honestly never really thought about it.
Well,
Um, you know, growing up, like a lot that was on my playlist when I discovered rap was I think the first song that I actually discovered rap from was Shake That Ass from Nate Dogg and Eminem when YouTube first came out.
Funny you should
Um,
saying that.
right. And then, you know, I was a huge fan of 50 Cent, still kind of am,
I
but I
love
was
it.
a huge 50 fan. You know, we listened to a lot of ICP, fucking DMX was on my list. Um,
Yeah.
a lot of my musical influences that I listen to now are outside of my uh subgenre of hip hop. I like a lot of the melodic auto tune type shit, like fucking, you know, Kevin Gates is huge on my playlist,
I like him, Gates.
right? You know, Canadian rappers, I think like my favorite Canadian rapper would have to probably be Casper TNG. Um, he's from Toronto.
Okay.
Dude's gangster as fuck. Like straight gangster. He did a high speed chase in Toronto and shit. It was fucking crazy. It's all over YouTube.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, they're wild, man.
That's fucking Toronto, man.
Right?
Toronto.
So leading off of that, asking you, you know, what's on your playlist now, is there a genre or a subgenre of music that you don't vibe with?
Mm, no, I don't like every genre, like unless it's like screamo, emo music, that whiny like Mariana's Trench, like 12-year-old girl music. I can't vibe with that. I just can't. That being said, like every genre and subgenre for me, in my opinion, does have some good music. I mean, and even then, I might be putting my foot in my mouth, and I probably have some guilty pleasures of other genres that I won't say, but
Same.
like I don't want people to see me or hear me listening to what I'm listening to sometimes in that sense, but whatever. Um, and I'm referring to screamo emo shit because there's like maybe one song that I may like. I just might like it, but I don't. Um, so I don't know. Is there anything that I don't like? Yeah, I would say screamo emo, like that whiny shit. But hip hop, any subgenres that I don't like. I don't know.
So with you referring to not liking that emo shit, I would kind of get the vibe that you don't fuck with like the Suicide Boys, fucking Ghost Main type shit.
Um, no, I mean I wouldn't say that. I haven't gotten into a lot of there's so much music out there now. But Suicide Boys, when my really good friend Cody was still alive, one of the last times I seen him, he was bumping fucking Suicide Boys, and I liked it. I fucking jived with it. I really digged it. But I'm kind of I don't know. I stick to what I listen to, and then I'm guilty of not diving into things that I should look into and listen to. I'm guilty of that, but uh, no, I like Suicide Boys as far as I know. I just haven't gotten into them really. I probably should.
Well,
Maybe I should even dabble in it. I don't
I
know.
mean, like, like, I don't give a fuck. Like, people shouldn't judge anybody. It's like, you know,
No.
about their taste in music. You know what I mean? If I don't fuck with, you know, if I don't fuck with the screamo, then like that's my taste. You know, like who
Yeah.
the hell are you to tell me what music I'm allowed to listen to? You know what I mean?
Well, you can't.
Um, right? The funny thing is like don't quote me on it. I think I might have had maybe one person say that they're into like And I think it was actually that rock band that I sat down with, the Narcans. I think they were saying, like, like obviously because they're into heavy metal rock, so it's within their
Yeah.
ballpark, right? But everybody I swear that I've talked to has said that they don't fuck with the screamo or the whiny shit, fucking Lil Pump, fucking Takashi 6ix9ine bullshit. But those guys,
I didn't even realize there was a subgenre in hip hop that I didn't even know that was like equivalent to say like emo rock. And on that topic, it's kind of cool because, and I'm sure it's not talked about enough. But do you remember when Kanye West said hip hop is the new rock and roll?
yeah, that was fucking ages ago.
And it pissed all the fucking rockers off. Like, I was a rocker or whatever, right? So I'm a little bit, but he pissed them all off, and like, you can't say that, it's fucking rock and roll. So, well, man, look at it. Like, it's today's rock and roll in the sense that that's what the kids want to hear. They want to hear fucking rap and hip hop for the most part. They do. And I mean, that might not be 100% accurate, but in like the majority, I would imagine, at least from my age group, that's what they wanted to listen to. We wanted to listen.
Unfortunately, like I hate Kanye with a passion. I think the guy's a fucking meathead and completely cooked.
Oh,
But he's not wrong there, and he's not like downgrading rock music, but in the 70s and 80s, what was like the mainstream music? You know what I mean? It was Twisted
yeah,
Sister, Guns N' Roses, fucking, Kiss, AC/DC, like the list goes on, right? Now it's not the mainstream music that high school kids are listening to. It's the times change, man.
yeah.
Right?
I gotta ask you, what do you know? Like, imagine it'd probably be trap, the most popular music in rap and hip hop. Like, what subgenre it is? Would it be trap?
It depends on who you talk to. And like really depends on also your area too, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
um,
Especially in
I
Canada, I
I
think.
just sat down with an artist from the UK, and he does more of that alternate rap, Lil Peep kind of vibe, you know what I mean? More emo rap type vibe.
Okay.
But he was saying that like the trap rap in the UK was really influencing these younger kids to crash out because that's what they see, right? Um,
Yeah. Crash out, you mean like fucking like
do some gangster shit, you know what I mean? Like, right?
yeah.
Um, so yeah, it really depends on who you talk to. Um,
I know for a while it was like trap was fucking like huge
oh
and
yeah,
for a while there.
2015 was huge with trap music because or a little bit before that, I think it was about 2012 when trap music fucking blew up. And that was when Chief Keef came out with I Don't Like, where Chicago drill and trap music really fucking blew up. And that was where it like because then you got Little Dirk, you had Lil Herb who turned into G Herbo, um like the list goes on. And from trap music you went to New York drill, and then it just expanded from there.
I really like Pop Smoke, man. Like Pop Smoke. My buddy got me into that when I was working in the Chetwynd coal mines. He fucking put on some Pop Smoke and I was like, fuck man, it's just dope.
I liked dude's sound, and like his cadence and shit was so original. Like he comes on the track and you know that it's him. You can
Yeah.
instantly be like, oh, that's Pop Smoke, you know what I mean? um So we're gonna take another quick break. We're gonna add another snippet of your music, and then we'll come back and finish up the second half.
So I'm kicking it straight out of Fort McMurray with the people that rich and I was in the hurry, got pops, rolls, gun, pulling triggers on the girls we ride better than roller coasters. We always gotta deal with this gangster bullshit. You say fuck around, you'll get exposed, kid. I don't give a fuck, but say what they do. I put middle fingers up and say fuck you. I'm the devil, the rebel, and even bringing terror to the real. Me and Charlie Manson, ego presence of evidence. Me sense against that I'm bad unless it's a test that I'm good. Bringing it back to 99.2 when C-section dad does the moon.
We're gonna get into the second half here. So we asked you if there was a genre, a subgenre that you didn't really vibe with. Aside from like that 12-year-old girl high school music, pretty much you're open to almost anything. Aside from like the screamo shit, which like almost every rapper that I've talked to has said that. So,
Well, when I say screamo, I mean like I'm more referring to rock, but I don't mind like fucking heavy metal like Pantera and like, and then that type of stuff that fades into hip hop. I don't mind that dark stuff, like,
well, I think like when people refer to screamo, they're thinking of like when these people are sounding like they're fucking barking like a dog and not making any sense. You know what I mean?
well, what about DMX?
But you can understand them.
It's true, yeah.
Right, like, and that's his voice. You're not like sitting there like roaring into a microphone, you know what I mean? To each their own.
It's true, but sometimes like when I'm like like a fucking giving her mood, like when it goes oh wow or whatever, like,
yeah,
oh, wow.
Yeah,
like that one, whatever the fucking song it is, I can't think of it.
Bodies hit the floor.
Yeah, oh
Yeah.
Wow. But
anyway. So we kind of touched base with this a little bit up in the up in the beginning of the episode here, but I'd like to get a little bit into more detail about what your future plans are for music. Like, if you could reach your ultimate goal with music, where do you want to go with it?
I would just like to be financially secure and be able to do it all the time, and like I shouldn't say I'm there because I'm not financially secure off my music, but yeah, that's where I'd like to go. Go with it, and I'd be happy with that. And the Canadian music industry is not like a record label is going to be knocking on your door with a contract. It's not the industry that we're in. If you want that, maybe go to America if it's even still available there. I don't know.
Well, like, Sad Child moved to the States again, and he's there. The Toronto rapper Pressa, he moved to the US. It's just
McDonald, Mad Child,
yeah, it's all just the
just Webby.
Yeah, right. It's just where the more of the music is. Plus, you got 50 states to travel to and from.
Yeah, it's so populated.
You know what I mean? Like, you can go and do small shows in all the way down, like
that'd be yeah, that's a pretty bold move to go do that though. It's I'm stuck here. I think I don't even think I'd be able to get into the States, to be honest with you. But
yeah, I'm not allowed.
Apparently, anyway.
I'm not allowed either.
Unfortunately, but live and learn.
So, do you do anything else in the industry aside from write? Like, do you do your own beats? Do you mix and master your stuff? Like,
I've been mixing and mastering, recording, mixing and mastering my music this whole past summer. Well, for a while I have been, as well as doing it in professional studios with the likes of like NATO Down and Seriously Taylor as the engineers, or Shmubu, who's Sam. I can never pronounce her last name. Sam, anyway. They're all professional, but simultaneously, as I come from those pro studios, I always take little tidbits when I'm watching them. I see what they're doing. I take little tidbits of information. I go back to the lab, and I'll utilize what I've learned in the recording process. I'm still not where I want to be with the recording, like with my sound, but it's getting better. That's the main thing. It is getting better. So there's that. I work with a guy out of Ontario just very recently. Like I got on the payroll this week. I've yet to see $1, but that's because I get paid off commission. For a marketing promotional company.
Right.
It's called Occupied Alberta. It's called Occupied, but we opened a chapter. He approached me to open a chapter called Occupied Alberta to bring in some whoever wants promotion or marketing. I sent it to him, and then he does the rest. Anyway, I just wrangled the work really. So that's that. What else do I do? I mean, I can make. I'm getting pretty good at editing photos and stuff like that. I got to give kudos. I gotta say thanks to my girlfriend for teaching me that. She went to school for photography and this and that and the other thing, and then she taught me how to edit photos. And then edit videos, which I'm constantly getting better at. You almost got to do everything.
Mm-hmm.
In the Canadian music industry, you have to do it all because otherwise you're paying for it. And
Well, and like I said to another artist, I can't remember who the fuck it was because I've sat down with so many and like, like I release an episode every fucking week, so it's hard to remember everything that I've said.
yeah,
But I said to an artist that like we have $2,000 phones in our pockets. You know what I mean? Why do you need to go and buy another $2,500, $4 grand camera, learn how to use the fucking thing? You know what I mean? And do all this crazy shit when you have a phone in your pocket that does everything.
100%.
Like, your camera makes phone calls. Like, mine's cooler than yours. Like, fuck, man. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, you know what I mean? You can shoot it and then take it home and edit that fucking shit on your phone. Like, I'll be straight
Yeah,
up. All my episodes have been edited on my phone because my laptop's a fucking piece of shit.
yeah.
Like, 3-year-old can't laptop then can't handle fuck all. Piece of shit, man.
No, everything's on your phone now, and all the recordings that I've been releasing as of lately has been on my phone.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
I
All of
had
them.
you couldn't fucking tell. You couldn't fucking tell.
Well, I don't blow up my head that much. I can tell.
Well, I couldn't. You know what I mean?
You know?
Like there's people that do the raw sound. You know what I mean? And that's like how you were saying with like garage rock, where it's got that, it's got a gritty raw sound to it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like look at like when Necro and all those guys started dropping music back in the fucking 90s.
Fucking
You,
that girl.
you know what I mean? Right? Like, but it was like that raw, um,
Yeah.
right? Like it was straight up grit, raw, fucking, I don't know how else to explain it. Like, um,
Necro, Ill Bill, Vinny Paz. All
yeah,
those guys, man, they're fucking awesome.
those guys are OGs, man. I remember the first time I saw Necro, I think I was in grade 8. They showed me the video, I Need Drugs. And ever since then, I was a fan because I was just blown away that there was a rapper that was literally
No,
like,
it's just telling his truth.
well, in the video, he's got homies smoking crack and shit, and it's just like you're blown away that there's a rapper that's actually got enough balls to do this video and put it up on YouTube. You know
Well,
what I mean?
you just got to think of things that nobody's doing, and like, and keep it real to a sense, because most of the times people aren't being truthful. So if you got the balls to do it, just be you and do you, because nobody's you, nobody's you. So they can't emulate that. They can't fucking do what you're doing if you're being real and being true to you, regardless if you're fucking on camera smoking crack or whatever, you know? That's who you are at that point in your life. And most people are bullshitters and lie about what they're doing. A lot of these rappers don't have a fucking dime to their name,
Mm-hmm.
you know? But they have friends that may not have money. They might have some fast cars, they might have some cool cars, and they might take loan out for some cash in their hand or whatever, you know. But the ones that stick out are the guys that like are true to themselves and just do them, you know, like so like Necro, like that guy, regardless of what people want to say, he's real as can be.
Facts. You know, and
Yeah,
like as you were saying, with like these rappers don't have a dime to their name.
a lot of them.
A lot of the like, you know, and you can kind of tell, sometimes you can tell when these dudes are rapping in front of a Corvette and it's just parked with the doors open. You know what I mean? They're not even touching the fucking thing. They're just sitting in the door and just rapping at the driver's side. You know what I mean? Like they won't even put
Yeah,
their fucking hands on it. You know what I mean? They like rented it for an hour to go and shoot this video and go and bring it back.
yeah,
Like, you know, fuck, it could be in front of the dealership for all you got, for all we know. You know what I mean? Yo, let's go park it right here. We'll give you like, you know, a couple $100 to, you know, let us shoot for an hour. Like,
power to them, you know. I mean, they probably have more music videos than what I got and stuff like that, and da 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 da. I mean, all the power to them. I mean, but it is still
I mean, man, if you write
not true.
like it's Hollywood though, you know what I mean? You know, a
Yeah,
lot of people don't realize that these rappers that they're seeing that are big, a lot of these dudes are rocking fake fucking chains, man. You know, like they're plated. They're, you know, there may be some diamonds in there, but it's probably it's a mix of diamond and fucking cubic zirconium,
yeah.
you know, and that
Um,
like that shit shines better than fucking diamonds do, man. Like, you know, like I guess you gotta flex until you like fake it till you make it. I guess I don't know.
it makes sense. Like like look at like 50 Cent put it. Like right on this topic. He said, "Yeah, I got my real diamond chains. It's more of an investment than anything. But I got the cubic zirconium chains too that are replicas of my real chains. So when I go out in public and I want to, look flashy and look like a high roller or whatever, you know, if it gets stolen or if it gets snatched or whatever the case may be, it's not the end of the world. That
That's
being
true.
said, like, who was it? Was it Tony Ayo that got it? I don't know if it was Tony Ayo that got his chain snatched. I think somewhere in Canada. Maybe I'm wrong about that,
Oh
but
yeah,
one of them
somebody did. I know, like it might have been Tony Yeo, but I remember that it might. I think it was in Toronto.
was it?
Yeah,
I can't remember.
somebody from that, like, yeah.
But it was a fake. I think it was a fake G Unit chain. I don't think it was a real G Unit chain because he gave all his buddies. The story goes that he had a real G Unit chain, all diamonds and gold and right, and he gave all of G Unit. Uh, I'm having a hard time with that word. Cubic zirconium diamonds and whatnot. Right, he gave them all that. I don't think he even told them. So when he got Tony Ayo got his chain snatched from, so the story goes. I mean, hopefully I'm saying it right. It's not my story to tell, but he thought it was a real chain, and he got they got it back. I guess they got the mob or something like that to get it for them, which is crazy. How powerful 50 Cent is, right? In that sense, but because Tony Ayo thought it was a real chain, 50 Cent didn't tell him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, yeah, you got like, I don't know. As like when you say it like that, it's smart because I don't know if I would want to go out in public with $150,000 chain around my neck. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think my life is fucking worth $150,000 fucking chain. Obviously, I ain't gonna hand it over either, you know, right? Like, I'm not just gonna fucking take it off and hand it over to you, but I don't really want to die for it either.
No, fuck no. And I don't know if it was in Toronto. Yeah, I don't know if it was in Toronto or if it was in Chicago. Maybe it was in Chicago. I don't know. But when I first heard the story, I heard it was in Winnipeg. So I don't know. It's kind of like
I do know that somebody of that like area of genre of rap
yeah,
did get robbed somewhere in Canada. I can't remember who it was, but when I heard it, I was blown away because I was like, that dude's gangster as fuck. I'm like, how the fuck did you get robbed? I'm like, but
Hollywood.
it is Canada, like, you know what I mean? We're like, people forget, like, it's not all just maple syrup and fucking, you know what I mean? Um,
I hear you, man.
so my last question for the day, what was it like for you when you first started out doing music?
Um, which genre?
Period. When you first started doing music, what was it
Period.
like for you?
It was just a major learning curve. I mean, I was obsessed with it, and I got a guitar. Well, when I first got into music, it was because my brother was playing his high school uh his high school grad send off, right, into the real world. And I was 10 or 10, between 10 and 12. And I seen him get up on stage and they fucking rocked the Casbah, man. And like it sent shivers up and down my spine. I had goosebumps listening to him, and I was like, because I seen what everybody was on their feet, right? Like so proud and happy and da 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 da. But I wanted to be able to do what he was able to do, and I wasn't able to do it at the time. So when I got my first guitar, I became obsessed, and I wanted to get to his level. And then I just didn't stop. And then I dabbled in different genres, and now I'm here. I'm in hip hop, and now, yeah. So I mean, my end game is I want to be like, I know I'm kind of drifting off, but I want to be financially secure with music, and I'd like to eventually get back to the band band atmosphere with jamming in a studio or a garage or whatever the case may be, but doing hip hop music. You know, I could buy you could buy the beats. You don't even have to be a beat producer. I mean,
Mm.
it help. It helps majorly. I want to get there. I want to get there too. But you buy the beats, and then if you have a friend that is very musically inclined, and I'm not that musically inclined. I don't know any guitar theory. I don't know any scales or anything like that. But I have friends that do, and in that sense, I've had one friend um, listen to the beat, and he picked up his acoustic guitar and he banged it out in a matter of minutes, because it's just like a lot of hip hop beats are 4/4 tempo or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
or not 4/4 tempo.
4 beats of 8.
Yeah. So, um, and then that's the time signature or whatever. See, this is where I get it lost because I don't know any of that shit. I just know how to play. But uh, he picked it up, and then I've one live video of me doing Pony Boy, one of my tracks, Pony Boy, where his name's Tanner. He was playing the acoustic guitar, and it sounded just like the track, but right, just on acoustic guitar. So I want to do that with an acoustic guitar, bass, or not acoustic guitar, electric guitar, bass, and an electric drum set and a turntablist, and I just want to be the front man. That's what I want to do.
Kind of like because
Yeah, yeah,
Snacks done that quite a bit, and I think uh Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure it's D-Rec that's on the turntables for him.
D-Rec. Noted.
Yeah, he's from down south somewhere. I'm pretty sure. I like, and don't quote me on that, but I'm
Like
pretty sure.
from the island, you mean?
Somewhere down south, Vancouver general area, the island. I don't know. I'm in northern BC, up in
Where?
buttfuck. Yeah, I'm hour and a
Where?
half away from Prince George.
An hour and a half away,
In
north of Prince
Quesnel
George.
or south. I'm in Quesnel.
Okay.
Yeah.
My family, my native family is from Dease Lake.
Okay. Yeah. That's
Dease Lake Iskoot area. If you know
yeah.
that.
That's more north from where I am. Yeah. Like the nearest known town for us is Prince George,
Oh,
and then like I mean, if you want to go farther down south, I guess like the next most known town would probably be Kamloops.
I'm not familiar. I'm not 100% familiar with DC all that much, but I did anyway. I hitchhiked to the island and back when I was younger, twice, 17, and then 18 and again when I was 18. But I took a route. I didn't know where the fuck I was half the time.
Yeah, like I don't really know like the whole geographics of it. From what I understand, there's two routes you can go from down south to go to Alberta. So you can take Highway 97 and fucking go out towards what the fuck is it called? McBride. And go that way through Jasper, or you can go the other way, and I think it comes up around Calgary. I don't know. I've
So many roads.
yeah, man. Like, I mean, like, I'm from Edmonton, but like,
Are you really?
yeah, when we traveled to Edmonton back in the day for Christmas, fuck, I was a kid. I slept all the way.
Why'd you move? Why'd you move to BC?
I have no idea. The parents, I think we came here for like we came here for summer holidays or whatever. Um, we came to Quesnel. We went to Bella Coola. From what I remember, I was pretty young. I think I was like 6 or 7. And then like after that, we moved here.
Hmm.
And then yeah, like man, I've lived all over, man. I fucking, I lived in Quesnel. I moved to Prince George for a bit. I've moved back to Edmonton. I've lived in Winnipeg. Yeah. Like I've been all over the fucking place, man. I'm only 31.
31, yeah. I'm 33, so
Yeah, like, and like as you were saying with experience in the homelessness, like I want to say like I can relate completely because from like 19 to I think 21, like I was really doing the homeless thing, like I did I think 3 months on the streets in Edmonton and in the winter
right.
nonetheless.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, it was really bad. It was minus 40 without the wind chill. With the wind chill, it was around minus 50. Every morning when we woke up, there was somebody fucking dead on the street.
Yeah.
Like it was bad, man. Like I watched somebody get run over by a fucking truck, like full on fucking, like they didn't even fucking swerve, bro. They fucking hit this person on purpose and ran over them like a speed bump. Like
That's fucked, man.
I seen some
Um,
crazy shit, bro.
Yeah, I fuck, man. I mean, I made it while I was almost homeless. The year going up until I was homeless, and then even when I was homeless, I always carried I got a Narcan kit right here in my backpack. I
Oh
always carry
shit.
it. And I always made it a point to carry it on me because I was sick of seeing people dying and not being able to do nothing other than phone 911, right? Because what are you gonna do? Just walk over them and let them die? Like who? What? Like yeah, fuck the cops, But why? What did the paramedic or a firefighter do? Not much. They like no one's out there saying fuck the fire department or fuck the paramedics. No one's saying that.
No.
So I called 911 when someone's dying, and like one time in Churchill Square, no word of a lie, I came across a girl who I thought maybe and was hopefully still alive, um, I started freaking out and I ran up to a group of people. Um, and I started freaking, and they're about to fight me because they didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was running up on them, right? But I was like, "Where the fuck's the Narcan kit? Where the fuck's the Narcan? No oxone, no oxone." They're like, what? They're like, "What are you doing?" Like they're thugs or whatever, right? They're coming at me, and then I said, "Look," and her body was laying on the steps. So we all ran over there. Someone finally had uh, an the injection, but also the nasal. And fuck, we couldn't bring her back. And the peace officers that were in Churchill Square at that time, we were banging on the doors, asking them for help, and they laughed at us, walked away into their squad car, and drove off. Not a word of a lie. After like I was watching, like everything was going on. I was watching this. I was trying to give her CPR. She was dead. But when the paramedics did come, I told them like, what the fuck? Like the police officers just laughed and walked away. This world, this world's come to is a fucking sad state of fucking humanity. Like it's fucked. But
You know, I'm
nothing.
a I'm gonna fucking give you my respects and salutes to you, man. Especially, what you had to physically, like mentally and physically go through with that, but also the fact that you put in the effort. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people, like you said, with the peace officers who will literally step over them.
It's fucked, man.
You
This
know what I
this
mean?
sucks.
Like,
It's a lack of humanity, really. Like
but what would they feel like if that was their son, daughter, dad, family? You know what I mean?
they
Then
don't look like that.
it would be all serious and shit like that. It's people that don't experience it don't really understand, and like I tell a lot of people, man, there's addicts and there's junkies. You know what I mean? Like, no disrespect to the people of any addiction, but it's true. When I refer to that, it's those motherfuckers that are stealing your bikes and fucking taking your goddamn barbecue, and you know what I mean? And then there's people who, for an example, were prescribed fucking oxys for
Yeah,
7 to 12 years, and then they just looked at them and ripped their prescription up and said, "Go fuck yourself." Well, now what? I've been on these medications for 12 fucking years, and now all of a sudden I'm going through these withdrawals, and what am I supposed to do?
yeah.
You know what I mean? And like that's a lot of the stories that I hear from people, like I said, I was on the streets for a long time, and that was a lot of the stories that I heard, man. It wasn't somebody just woke up one day and said, "I'm gonna go and smoke some fucking heroin." Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? There's reasons behind it, man, and that's what people need to understand.
And then these fuck, man, like these dealers that are fucking pushing this like down, like dizzy down fentanyl,
Yeah.
that shit that they're pushing. I heard tell that, like, and I believe it. At least these guys in Edmonton, I don't know what it's like where you're at, but they have signs on the side of the road, saying begging for change, right, or whatever, like right in the Meridian, and they're downers, like, but they're being extorted by these dealers, so I've been told. And like they say, they give them a front or a cuff, and they fucking say, "Here you go. I want my money in 2 days."
Fuck.
So they're standing on the Meridian begging for change, and it's just a cycle that they can't fucking break. Like they can't seem, because that shit gets into your bones. It fucking. I've known not too many people that have successfully gotten off of that shit. You know.
Yeah, I don't tell many people, like, like I obviously, like, I've been open about my addiction, but I don't tell many people that um I experienced with down once. one time, and I was fucking thankful that I never fucking, I don't know, there was something about it I didn't like it, by the sake of whatever.
Yeah.
You know, um, I don't want to end this episode on a negative
Yeah,
note.
no shit.
So I'm gonna say, for one, fuck
Phone
addiction.
got real dark, eh?
Yeah, but you know what? These are conversations. You know what
That
I
needs to be
mean?
had.
And it these episodes are real. This isn't Hollywood. This isn't no bullshit. You know what I mean? I want these episodes to be original. Our conversation was original. Um, and honestly, I don't want to say this the wrong way, but maybe somebody can relate to it, to some of your story, and
Both of our stories, man. We got very similar stories in a lot of ways. And that's a common theme with creative people, Both of the territory, I guess. But yeah, let's not leave it on a bad note. I don't know what the weather's like there for you, but right here it's not so bad.
we're gonna leave it there. Homie's
Hey,
weather
really.
there is fucking good. I enjoyed this episode. Homie was fucking, homie's a real one. And
You too,
um,
dude.
I recommend going and checking out his music. We're gonna leave this episode on a good note with obviously another snippet of Billy Gritt's music. So, Billy Gritt, Stovetop Podcast, and we're out.
Peace.
Put it down and if you knew where I was coming from, somebody better let go. I gotta let go. That was inside with a bad juju, with a bad medicine too. This is looking like a fool, a tool to use. I'm using to a few, and enough to carry the mood that we've been going through. Matter of fact, that my mate